What's up, people of YouTube? This is Grow Me Something Mister. It is Saturday, April 18, 2015. This is a spring summer garden update. It's been about 2 weeks since I made a video. 2 weeks ago I was in New Jersey, and last week this past week we've had so much rain that I couldn't come out here and take care of what I need to take care of. You can see all kind of weeds and grass and whatnot growing because I didn't get to take care of it for 2 weeks. So let's just show what we've got here. This is my eggplant bed. My bell peppers in the back. They're growing. Looks like something's starting to eat on some of these. I need to get to it to see what kind of bug situation we have. This could just be from rain as well. We had some mild hail, so I need to get out here and clean up this grass. It's not raining right now. We actually have a break in the rain. This is my watermelon and okra bed. I've got these starts right here. They're growing. I have one okra here from seed growing, so I might need to get some more seeds and see about getting that planted. It's my watermelon. They're coming up, along with the Valerides. They're coming up as well. I need to get that taken care of. And you can see I started messing with some of the sand, moving it along to the low spots, which is good when you see the rain, because I can see where things are low, but not with this much rain here, because then everything is flooded. It's my squash bed. I think I'm going to be adding to this bed here because this squash here isn't vining, it's kind of being a big patch, so I'm probably going to put something else in between as well, maybe some more beans, that type of thing. But you see there's flowers. My beans are picking up. I actually see flowers on them, and I did plant some watermelon here just in case, and I planted some of the other melons as well just to see if they'll grow. No marigolds yet. This is my cucumber spot right here. You can see the grass growing as well. My tomatoes, I was actually worried about my tomatoes. Mostly these are Creole tomatoes, so that's the main thing I'm interested in for my bed. 20 Creole tomato plants were planted, and I thought actually one was going to be lost, and it's a bit wild here because I didn't get to stake them up. They actually grew, but I gave some of that fish fertilizer, that Alaska fish fertilizer, to this plant here in particular, and you can see it's growing, and it actually looks like it had a flower. So that is amazing turnaround from when it was basically dead. You saw in the other video to being growing, even amongst all these other plants here that just look like weeds. So of course, you know, it's warm here, and when it's warm, you get tomatoes growing. We're in April 18th, as I said. So we have flowers, we have tomatoes. I need to get these things staked up because I don't want them to be too ragged on the ground. There's another tomato there. Luckily, no bugs are all on this. Onions are starting to come up. And you see about the garlic as well. Put the garlic in the front of here, and it's not happening too much. Not sure why. So this is the sand here back where I'm going to eventually put back my compost pile, but this needs to get in, get dry, get grown over with grass. Let's go check out the rest of this garden. Alright, blueberries, they're growing here. Got a bunch of them that I guess just didn't make it, didn't get fertilized, or got smashed by a lot of rain. So this is one of the blueberry bushes here. That's the other one. It's loaded down. Let's check out these containers. My kale, I haven't harvested kale in a while. Actually about 2 weeks or so, or just over 2 weeks. I'm guessing it's bolting. So I'm going to just harvest some stuff just to see what's happening. Jalapeno pepper, it's actually a mild jalapeno pepper, I guess. Those are my artichokes. They're actually growing nicely. Or at least, to me, they're growing nicely. My potatoes, if you remember the last time, they were basically just pods of mud, soil, I'm sorry. Now they're growing. I'm just afraid if it's too wet, though, that it might rot them out. It's my other potato here that I've been having growing for a while. Eggplant. This is definitely bolted my parsley. I'm going to try to cut it back and just see if I can get something going with it. So everything is still growing. Nothing's flooded out. The one disappointing thing is my satsumas here. This tree was loaded down with flowers, and basically it all got knocked down, or too much water, and it killed it off basically. So this one here does have a good bit of satsumas on it. Hopefully they're able to make it all the way through wintertime, or up to the wintertime when it's time to harvest. I need to see about staking these back up. And these two large plants, I actually have to plant them. More than likely I'm going to put them right over here. Put one about right there, and the other right about there as well. That'll make a nice canopy for this side. Rain barrel still kicking. Actually used a bunch of it because we didn't get rain, and then all of a sudden we have all this storming weather. So I am wearing rubber boots because it is flooded here. As you see here, my grapes. The grapes, they did awesome as far as growing. But the thing is, I don't know how this is supposed to be. The little pods that I saw look like they flowered out, and so I guess these are going to be grapes. It's been a while since I've actually grown grapes, so I don't recall what they're supposed to look like. I'm wondering if it's supposed to look like this here. That looks like that's going to turn into grapes. So I apologize for the focus of this camera. This is actually a new camera. It's a little one of those flip camera deals. So anyway, this is my iris bed. There's also some gladiolas in here. The irises bloomed, or some of them bloomed already, so we didn't get to get that show, but they're quite tall. They're good 3 feet tall. And the other grape, there it is. It's actually making it. So what I need to do is I need to show you what we're going to do about staking up these tomatoes. So stand by. We'll get a little quick video of staking. Alright, so what I'm using are bamboo, pieces of bamboo, different lengths, and to attach them I'm using Velcro type things that I'm using to fasten the plant to the bamboo, and I'm using the soft side against the skin of the tomatoes. I need to trim these back, cut off any suckers. We'll deal with that later. I just want to get these pinned up first. In case you didn't know what I was talking about with the suckers, this right here, if you could see, this is a sucker. If you start to have flowers or something like that on it, you may want to keep it so you can have tomatoes, but don't do that because the overall health and strength of the plant would be better if you took it out. So you have the main stem, and you have the stem continuing on in a branch. This little piece here in between, you could pinch it off if it's small enough, or use some clippers or something and clip that off. And yes, you know what I'm going to say with that. You can throw that in your compost pile, or just throw that back in your garden. That way it can break down back to your plants. When you have a bunch of these plants hanging over as I did, the good thing about tomatoes is that they'll root even on the side. So I could actually take this cutting right here, this entire clipping, and I can bury this 2/3 of the way. I can bury it lengthwise and have this come up. And this could be another plant. I haven't decided yet. I might put this in a pot and have this as another tomato plant. So as you see here, it's formed its own roots. Okay, so tough love was enacted. I laid smack down to these plants. You can see here, and just as I mentioned, even if it's having flowers like this, it does have a root bottom. It's not in good focus, but this plant here, I can actually plant that if I wanted to, but this is one of the suckers, and you know, you may think I'm going to keep that on for more tomatoes, but the other suckers, that does what it says, it sucks the life out the plant. So been about a half hour or so. I've got to get going, but I've got to get a few more bamboo, tall bamboo sticks. I have a bunch of smaller ones. I need some taller ones, and I was able to go through and stake these up, clean them out, clean out some of the weeds in between. I still have more weeds, but you can see how much more space is in between these plants. They're able to breathe now. Good thing about all of this is when you get to clean it up, you get to see that you have tomatoes that you didn't even know about. Look at all these things here. Now, I don't know, it could be that they had some flowers when I had these starters. Could be the temperature. I think it's something different. I think it's the river sand that I put in here last season. I think it's all the prep work that I did in between the fall and spring. And just some good sense of gardening, I guess, really. Keeping these beds nice and fertile. So there's a couple more tomatoes right there. These are Creole tomatoes, by the way. Some other tomatoes grow a little bit differently. The rain's starting to come down. If there's anything you want to see, anything you want to hear about, any other type of videos, just go ahead and let me know. One question that I do have is, while I was clearing out all of these plants here, I had to put my clippers in my back pocket so I don't smash my gut or anything like that, or put it onto the soil here. So I was thinking about using an apron in front of me to hold my tools, or better yet, I was thinking about overalls. Let me know what you think about overalls. City boy, should I be wearing overalls in the garden here? Just go ahead and let me know. So, alright, thanks very much for watching. This is Grow Me Something Mister. And remember, well, I don't have an exit line, so see you later, everybody.